Hey everybody, welcome to my Tuesday night crafting. It is Tuesday, February 18th, 2025, and I have some beautiful cards to share with you tonight using the Memorable Blooms bundle. And you can see some of the cards there in the photo. So I'm gonna go over to my desk and we'll get started. I hope you're having a good week. We are in like a freezing cold weather here in Western New York, but it was sunny today and beautiful. And we have two basketball games going on tonight that I'm two different granddaughters are playing. And one granddaughter is about to reach her 1,000 points. So that is exciting. So, and I'll be able to catch it online. If you're on, say hi. Tell me where you're from. And there's a lot going on in the Stampin' Up! World right now. Only 10 more days for celebration and to get free products. And this is the little celebration book. So with every order of $60 or more, you get to pick something free out of this. This ends in the end of this month, and there are some beautiful products in here. The other thing that's really exciting right now is that you can join Stampin' Up! If you have a long wish list. You can join as a hobby demo. The starter kit is the best deal right now. It is $125 worth of product and you only pay $99. And then there are two additional choices beyond that. You can choose to have an extra $30 in product, or you can choose to have, and it's whatever you want, or you can choose to get 2 free packages of Stampin' Write markers and a beautiful stamp set that's made to use with the Stampin' Write markers. It's called Handmade Designs. It has this little handmade die to stamp on the back of your cards. And so there's like 4 different groups of markers that you can choose on. This is neutrals, this is brights, and they're $35 each. So this is an extra like $95 in products, or you can get the extra $30 in products. And I'd love to have you join my team. It is always fun to share creativity and meet new people and new friends from all over the world. Speaking of which, hi Maureen from Florida and Creative Gems from Queensland, Australia. Hello there and welcome. And I'm going to hop over to my Facebook page here and say hi. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Carol, and thank you for sharing. Hi, Debbie. You're from Southwest Michigan. Thank you so much for sharing. So I'm going to move this and we'll get started, and I'll chat along the way about some other things that are going on. And if you haven't seen the Memorable Blooms bundle, this is the bundle. It has beautiful floral images on it, beautiful sentiments, and I love the font in these. It's a mixed font. I really love it. You guys probably like it too, huh? Hi, Ruth. So anyways, you can get this free card class tonight or this week through next Tuesday. You would get a kit for one of each of these cards. You will need the stamp set and dies to create the cards, and any die cuts that are not in this bundle like this is from the perennial postage dies. I will die cut that for you. You also get ribbon, but you will need the stamp set and dies to create the cards. And that's if your order is $45 or more, I'll send you a kit for each of these cards. If your order is $60 or more, I will include a pack of the rhinestone gems that I'm using tonight. And that's a whole pack of these. And you will also get to choose something free from Celebration. So that's a really nice deal right now. I'm going to pull my craft cart over here with all my supplies, and we're going to get started. And we're going to start with this card right here. I'm also using the beautiful Mixed Media Florals Designer Series paper. I do want to say something about the dies. We'll come back to the paper. So this set has this beautiful sprig here. You can die cut with. Also this very nice large shape and this intricate detailed die. So this does not cut out this whole shape. It will cut this design into your paper. And I'll show you a little more about that. Okay, and you can layer them like this and run them through the die cutting machine so you get a frame around that beautiful detail. All right, and then the Mixed Florals paper, I want to show that to you, or the Mixed Media Florals. So it's kind of a impressionistic paper, some of the images, and there's several sheets with black and white on the other side. There's this kind of wild pattern here. And then there's this beautiful sheet right here with the border of flowers, wildflowers going all the way around it. Hey, Margaret. Did you have a good birthday, Margaret? I hope you did. Also, in here there's pieces with beautiful bright green. There's some more black and white, and here's the greens, I believe, are Pretty Peacock and Granny Apple Green. There's this sheet here, black and white, and I don't know, this is one of my favorites, and I love this black and white pattern on the back there. So lots of beauty, and this is the Mixed Media Florals Designer Series paper. So we're going to start with this card right here, as I said. And this is 4 1/4 by 11. We're going to score it at 5 1/2. If you order and get the kits, you will also get, I will send you the tutorial, PDF tutorial for this. And if you want just the kits and you don't want to place an order, they're $30 a kit for the kits. And I will have links in the comments below this post. Okay, to this we're going to layer a piece of that Designer Series paper. It's 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to layer that right on the front there. The glue I'm using is the glue that Stampin' Up! Sells. It is, the glue press gun is from My Sweet Petunia. And it's a great tool, especially if you have like arthritic hands. It's a wonderful tool to have. So on this card, I used Poppy Parade, which is one of the colors in the Designer Series paper for this frame. That's die cut with perennial postage dies. And I want to try black with this one. And so this is the second largest die in that set. I have it right here. It's kind of a big mess. The two dies from this set we're using are the largest and second largest. And then you can see there are several smaller dies in this set. And this is a perennial postage dies. All right, so we are going to adhere this to this, but before we do, we're going to do a little splattering of ink on here. And this basic white piece, let me see, is 2 7/8 by 5 1/4. 2 7/8 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to take my, I've got the Poppy Parade stamp Stampin' Blends marker. I'm going to take the brush tip and I'm just going to flick it against that cap and get some of those. Well, that's not flicking. Let me get the lighter color. That might be a little dried up there. Okay, I know this worked because I used it the other night. There we go. All right, so it adds that nice splatter on there for our background. You guys see that? We'll set our scrap paper. Hi, Jennifer. Well, good morning. Oh, I would love to see the Sunshine Coast of Australia. Now we're going to layer this onto here. Also, I'm getting ready to open my Creative Classroom, which will be so you can subscribe to it and get all of my tutorials for free, plus extra that are just particular special to that group. Now I'm going to layer this onto the center of our card. You guys let me know, do you like the black frame in the center or the Poppy Parade? I'm not sure yet till I see the card all done. Let's stand up and we've got to move this over just a little bit. Okay. And so now I have stamped this image. Let me grab the stamp set again and show you. Okay, this image right here. All right. And I've used Memento black ink. And I've already done some coloring on it just to save time. So because in this paper here, there's Petal Pink and Poppy Parade together to make these, to color the flowers. So, hi Nidra, nice to have you here. Okay, so I have already colored these in with the light Petal Pink and light Granny Apple Green. And now we're going to do a little more coloring. I'm going to show you how I finished that up. So I'm going to take my light Poppy Parade here. And I want the bullet tip. These have a brush tip and a bullet tip. I'm going to go in the center of that flower. And for each little petal, I am just going to leave a little bit of the pale or the Petal Pink. See, I wonder if did we ever have a color called pale pink? All right, so it gives it a nice realistic look to the flowers. You know how they have those beautiful rose bushes and they have the like a dark center with a vibrant and like contrasting color. And then that's what we're trying to do, what I'm trying to do to get the look with these. So we're just going to leave little touches of the pink and color that in. Whoops, I went out of the line a little bit there. We're going to do the same thing all the way around. Does anyone on here love coloring? I really love coloring. I'll get those adult coloring books, and my mom and my sister and I will too. If we go away together, we'll get new books and markers, and we have a good time with that. Now, I know some people do not like coloring. They don't find it relaxing at all. But I find it relaxing. So see, we've got just that nice little bit, a touch of pink, kind of highlights those flowers. And then I'm going to bring in the dark granny apple green. And I'm going to go on the center of the leaves, just a little bit at the bottom here near the stem. I want to switch to the bullet tip. Hi, Laura. I figured that wasn't really your name, but it's nice to have you here. But I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, and we're just going to add a little bit of dark green to these leaves to make them a little more realistic. All right, and we'll add a little bit of dark here and here. And I'm going to color the stems a little bit. My puppy is upstairs. I fed her, gave her a bath today. It's funny because she doesn't like going in to the bathroom, but when she gets in the tub and I'm bathing her, she really enjoys it. And then she's like super wild when the bath is over. All right. So this one is a little lighter. This one I did with a darker Poppy Parade. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add that dimensionals to the back there and put that on there on the center. I need to pull this down. Okay, so whoops, I missed one. And I'm going to put that on there just like that. I'm thinking I like the red better so far, but let's wait till we get the sentiment and the bow on there. Okay, so we're going to do a little heat embossing. And if you guys don't have the heat embossing kit, it's a great tool. We've got a tray and the embossing buddy and these tweezers, which are awesome. I left my embossing buddy over here. I'm going to grab it. So I have a 1/2-inch strip of cardstock. And I'm just going to put that embossing buddy over that. The embossing buddy helps the powder not to spread all over and go where it shouldn't go. All right, and we're going to stamp on there Love and Thanks, and we're using Versamark ink, which is a clear watermark ink. So I'm going to stamp it right on there like that, Love and Thanks. And I'm going to bring, I love these tweezers. We'll bring the embossing powder over and sprinkle it on there. I'm going to tap it. Okay, and there's also a brush in this kit. You see this on the edge here? Let's just pull that off. I won't get up and look for that brush right now. All right, so it says Love and Thanks. And we're going to need this in a few minutes again. And we're going to bring it in the heat tool. This is another necessary tool you should add. You could put it in your starter kit. All right, and we're just going to heat. You can heat from the bottom or the top. And you can see it's turning. All right, now we're going to add this to our card. First, I'm going to add some ribbon to that. And I'm bringing in glue dots. And I'm going to take your pick tool. If this is another tool, if you don't have it, I use this all the time. We're going to start our bow there. Hi, Renita. Hi, Betty. Oh, you do like to color. Yeah, me too. Okay, I'm just reading comments. All right, so we're going to start. We're going to make our little bow. And I'm going to just push that onto that glue dot there. And we'll add another glue dot in the center. All right, right about there. And we're going to make our loop and get that centered like that. And then we're going to make another loop by taking that end back up. So like this. Okay. Then I have some red handled scissors here that cut better than my other ones. So we may have to cut this off a little more. I love this black and white trim. All right, so bringing our sentiment back in. I'm going to cut the ends on a slant. Like that. Oh, Betty, you're from Australia too. Hello. Margaret, you like to color? I know, I find it relaxing. My my grandchildren who live near me come up and we sit and color together. They are hilarious. They're like, well, my youngest granddaughter's 3, so she's a hoot. We'll be coloring and she'll like what I'm doing and she'll say, oh, I think I'd like to do that. All right, so here's our love and thanks. We're going to put it on there like that. We'll add our gems. And figure out where I put my gems. Here they are. Okay, so we'll add a large one over here. And one up here. One there. Okay. And for the inside, we have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 inch cardstock, basic white. I was wondering, it looked a little big. I'll lay this in here like this. And then I have a little piece of designer series paper. It's 4 inches long. I think it's 1/2 inch wide. And we'll adhere that right down along there like that. All right, so there is that card, and I do think I like it better with the red frame. You guys let me know what you think on that. Oh, Carol, you're so sweet. Thank you. All right, so card number 2, that's our card number 1. Card number 2, we'll grab here. We're going to do this one right here. So we're going to use Petal Pink. 4 1/4 by 11. Scored it 5 1/2. All right. And I have a piece of the Designer Series paper. I've already started coloring it. This is 2 1/2 by 5 1/2. And I'm just using the light petal pink on it to blend in or pull in the cardstock color. And I'm just coloring the flowers, not the leaves. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to be real careful or anything. I'm just adding touches of color on that. Okay. And we're going to layer that to the card. Card base. And this is, I did say this is 5 1/2 by 2 1/2. All right. Okay, now I have a piece of basic black that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And a piece of Designer Series paper that's 3 by 4. I'm going to adhere this to that. The black cardstock. There we go. And then I'm going to wrap some of that gingham ribbon around it and tie a bow. Hi, Lisa. Oh, Margaret, you like both. Okay. I like the black because it defines it a little more. All right, and this, we're just going to tie a little bow on this side, on the left side. If you don't want to wrap it around and tie it, you could just do a bow, tie a bow and put it on the side with a glue dot if you don't want to monkey with trying to hold it in place and all that. All right, so we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of this. I have new dimensionals. Dimensionals are, I use all the time. I'm sure you guys do too. Take our backings off. And we're going to center it right on the card front. Hi, Renee. Okay, so we're going to center it on there like that. And we'll pull this down a little and trim these tails. Like that. All right, I have the modern oval punch here, and I'm going to punch out a label from a piece of scrap paper, basic white scrap. And we're going to stamp that with You've Been on My Mind. I love sentiments like that, just so that people know you're thinking about them. And we need the basic or the black memento ink. Grabbing that. All right. Been on my mind. And I'm going to add this with dimensionals also. It's amazing. I've seen this set used with several different designer series paper packs. And it's amazing how different the cards look with the same stamp set. Okay, so this is going to go on here like this. You've been on my mind. Then I have a die cut with that long, beautiful sprig. And I had used the pastel ombre shimmer paper, which is this paper here for that one. And you see how this is petal pink and then it goes down to freesia actually. So I didn't have enough left of that. This is that ombre glimmer paper. I didn't have enough left for this. So I just die cut a sprig from the petal pink cardstock. I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to add this down in underneath here like that. I want it a little shorter though. I'm going to cut that out. We'll just add some glue in a couple spots there. That in there, and then this is going to layer over that. Oh, like that probably. If you order the kits, you will get the ombre paper because I have an order coming tomorrow. Or if you place an order and you qualify for the kits. Okay, I don't like that. Let's try it this way. Move the bow out of the way. All right, and then this one is plain. But I want to add a floral image. And I've already stamped it. This is the one with the two small flowers. I'm going to try adding it here. I think it would look pretty. And I'm using pretty or petal pink. This is the dark petal pink. And you can see I'm just kind of making circles. I'm going to add a little bit of the light. Mix and blend in with it. Then I'm going to add some smoky slate for the leaves. This is a dark. I don't want it dark. Here's the light. This may be dark. End up being kind of dark. You just want a little bit of it, that gray color on there, because that's what's on the designer series paper. These are super light. I'm going to leave the tips super light. Okay, so there's that. And so, yeah, I think that would look nice down there. we'll put that about like that. And let's add our rhinestones, and card number 2 will be done. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to put the inside in. So if I don't do it right now, it frustrates me because I'll go to use the card and I won't have this in there. All right. And there's our card. Where are the gems? Here they are. And we'll add our gems. Yeah, I think the extra little flowers on it, actually we could do centers on these. Yeah. Okay, card number 2. Are you plain or with the extra flowers? Which way do you like that one? So I'll set that aside. Yeah, I like the pink and black too, Renee. So I wanted to show you, I was talking about how the designer series paper really changes the card. And so this is the Memorable Blooms with the beautiful bokeh designer series paper. And these cards are in this month's my Kit in the Mail Songbird Stampin' Club. So if that's something that you're interested in, shoot me an email at vernastamps@gmail.com. You have it. It's $45 and you're getting this month almost $25 worth of supplies. And you can choose either of these or both of these. One features the beautiful butterflies and one features the memorable blooms. Those are the beautiful butterflies. This one is the other one too. So it's just it's fun to see how the designer series paper changes it. Okay, card number 3 is a kind of a fun fold, and this is card number 3 we're going to do. We're going to start with a piece of 4 1/4 by 11. So this seems to be 4 1/4 by 11 day here. And we're going to score that or burnish that down. It's scored at 5 1/2. And we're going to cut off 1 1/4 inches off the end. I'm grabbing my trimmer. Jean, you like the extra flowers. Nancy, you like the extra flowers. Ray, you like the extra flowers. Yeah, I agree. Okay, 1 1/4 inches. I'm going to cut off the front flap. All right, so we have this little flap here. To the front of it, we're going to add a piece of designer series paper that's 4 by 4. It's going to sit right there like that. Okay, so we will center that right in there. Now the inside, we're going to add a piece of designer series paper that is 5 1/4 by 4. I just saw this other side. I wonder, nope, that's not going to look good. It was a thought though. So this has that pretty balmy blue, bokeh blue on the one side. And we'll layer that right there like that. So we have that, and we have this beautiful die shape cut. We have this beautiful die shape and with the memorable blooms dies, and I'm going to stamp the floral image on the side. So I'm grabbing the big floral image, I'm going to ink it up with black ink, Memento ink. I've laid somewhere. Okay, so I like to stamp them like this if they're a large stamp. It's just easier to get everything covered. All right, we're going to lay this on the side of our shape here and stamp that. And again, I'm going to use Petal Pink for the flowers. And I'm using the dark. Petal Pink is kind of an orangey pink. The pole's kind of orangish. Okay, so there's our flowers. I think this is a flower here. There's some little blooms. To the center we're going to add a touch of Poppy Parade. Oops, I got a bad tip on that. And this is the dark Poppy Parade. We'll do light Granny Apple Green on all of the leaves. And I'm using the bullet chip just because most of these leaves are smallish. I'm going to trace the stems. If I miss your comments tonight, I apologize. I'll go back through and read them later. Pull that in. I usually don't color this fast. And we'll pull this in. My mom used to color with me as a little girl, and my mom is very artistic, and I always tried to color like she did because her coloring was just beautiful. Okay, so we could leave it light like that. I think I am gonna leave it just the light green, and let's see what it looks like on this. I think because of the pattern in the back, I'm just going to add a few touches of the dark. Just a little bit. And there's a stem I missed. All right. Okay, before we add this to the front of the card, I'm going to tie our new white cotton linen or linen woven ribbon. This is a very nice ribbon. It's coming out. It will be available in March with the new online exclusive products. And it is very easy to work with. The last white woven ribbon we had was pretty hard to work with. Kind of thick, but this is very nice. So again, I'm wrapping it around the front like this. I tried to do this card with the black gingham, and I just I thought, well, it'd be nice if I could use the black gingham with all the cards, but I don't know. It just really screamed white. I'll hold the black gingham ribbon up against it and show you. You could use it because there's a lot of black in this designer series paper. All right, so we've got our little bow. And again, you don't have to wrap it around. You could just not wrap it and just do a bow and put a bow on the side there. Thank you, Nancy. And actually, let's see. Let's do our dimensionals. We are finishing income tax stuff up for the farm. We have a farm, so I always like to do like a happy dance when that is done. It's a lot of entries, and so I'm almost done with that. Okay, so I meant to stamp the sentiment before I put it on there. Okay, let's see how we do with it on there. We're going to stamp thanks so much. Oh, here's the black. You could use it on it. I just like the white better. All right, so thanks so much. And let's try this right here. Oh, we got a little line there. This isn't too bad. I can fill in with the markers. And have you guys ever seen those erasers where you can actually erase the ink off the cardstock? What it does is it wears down the cardstock. So I will use that on there probably. Let's put the gems on. What did I do with my gems? Okay, here they are. Oh, I'm glad you like you use your precision tweezers to, oh, Kathy, that's interesting. I'd like to see how you do that. Oh, and I don't like that up there. Let's move this down a little. I have a gem stuck to me. I'll find stuff like that stuck to the puppy when she's down here with me. Okay, and then you can stamp. You could put a piece of white in here if you wanted to, but I would probably just stamp on that. And there's our thanks so much. And these would be pretty colored in darker too, either way. All right, and then our last card. Oh, that is really cool. You ladies with oh, Renee, you don't have luck with a sand eraser. I know, sometimes it seems to work better than others. All right, our fourth card. There is the fourth card. This probably is my favorite. So this has that intricate die cut out of the center here. And So again, we're starting off with 4 1/4 by 11 cardstock. You could do these in 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. All right, I have a piece of the Designer Series paper, the black, that is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. It's the same size as the front of the card. Oh, that is pretty. I hate to cover that. All right, so this is going to cover the front. And it looks like there we go. Now I have a piece that I die cut. First, die cut with the largest postage, perennial postage die. And then I use that, the rectangle shape. Then I use that intricate decaled floral die for the center. Die cut that out of the center there. All right, and we're going to adhere this to our card front. I'm going to put a few little dots there. And then we're going to center it on that front. I've got a little bit of glue there I'm going to pick up. All right. So we have some little flowers that we're going to color in. Oh, maybe I did not. Oh, here they are. All right, to save time, I already colored them with light and dark Poppy Parade and Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blends markers. Right? And we're going to do that same thing with the bow. We're going to put a bow on this side. Oh, we're going to flick some ink on this. It'll make it look nicer. And you can do this with Stampin' Blends or Stampin' Write markers. This is the black Stampin' Write marker. Whoops. I got a gem on my thumbnail. All right, so there's some flecks of ink on there. We're going to add the blue dots. And I'm going to put one here. Bring in our ribbon. Add another one about where the one underneath is. I'm turning that. And then another one here. We're going to make our loop. And go back up like that. Okay. And then we're going to adhere this pretty bouquet over that. We'll add some dimensionals. to the back. Oh, let's see. Put that about like that. And now let's do the sentiment. So this sentiment was die cut with one of the perennial postage dies. I love this little die here. And it's going to sit right there at the bottom of the card. So we'll grab the embossing buddy. Oh, what did I do with that? Okay. Here it is. All right, and we're going to put that over that like that. We're going to stamp "You Are Awesome." I wonder if that will fit on there. Nope. And that might, maybe I'll try "Thanks So Much." All right, so we're going to ink this up with the Versamark ink. Oh, you're welcome, Ruth. It's fun to do to add a little interest to the background. All right, let's see if we can, this will fit on here, okay? We'll powder it up and see. All right. I think it did fit on. Whoops. Yep. All right. Grab the heat tool. Okay, there's our "Thanks So Much." And we'll add this with dimensionals. And we'll put that right like that. Now, well, let's add our gems, and then I have a comment on that. I want to tell you in case you make this. So we will put a larger one down here. There's one stuck to me. We'll put that up there. Another one like that. And let's put a few in the center of the flowers. So one right here. There was one underneath there, so we won't be able to get that in there. Let's see if I can find another spot to put another one on here. Maybe right there. All right. And then the inside, we're going to add a piece of basic black that's 5 1/4 by 4. And center that on there. And then a piece that's 5 by 3 3/4 of basic white. Can't get that. Here we go. And that is not centered. Okay. And we have, you could add a piece of designer series paper down on the inside along there. So what I wanted to say about this is when you cut your center out here, see how this one has just a little bit of an edge of white? It looks nicer than this. It's because I die cut this lower on this piece. So, and then you don't have as much space up there either. So, that is my tip for that. And there's card 4. Cards 3. Cards 2. And card 1. So I'll move these over so you can see them better. I hope you enjoyed this class, and thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'll be posting more projects with this bundle this week. Take care and have a good evening. Bye now.